What is going on, everybody? It is me again. It is HorrorFan34, and welcome to another video, and welcome to day 18 of the 31 Days of Horror Challenge in October. Now that we are on day 18 of the challenge, I figured I'd talk about this one next, because I definitely have a lot to say when it comes to this film. Figured I'd talk about another Stephen King movie, because I had never reviewed this film before when it comes to Stephen King-like films. And it was really a miniseries back in the day. I don't remember what channel it aired on though. I don't remember, but it's a miniseries. That was a two-part miniseries. I think it was a two-parter, and it's definitely got a really cool concept. But like the ending, like the effects are such trash. But I'll get into it when I get to that. But that review is going to be on the Langoliers. Prepare yourself for the flight of your life. Now, the Langoliers came out. Was like I said, 1995, made for TV miniseries, directed by Tom Holland. Yeah, big letters, Tom Holland. Yep. This is right after films like Child's Play, the original Fright Night, and then the year after this he would do Thinner, which is another Stephen King movie. And the basic idea with the film is that it takes place on this airplane, this flight, like a red-eye flight going from Los Angeles to Boston. And basically all these passengers that are on this plane, they fall asleep. And then they wake up and everybody is going. That they went through like some sort of time zone thing. Like this really strange looking. It's hard to explain exactly. They went through a different dimension or something, and all these people that fell asleep on the plane, they wake up and everybody's gone. But their belongings are still there, and there's only a select few people left. And some of the cast members that you have in here that are some of the passengers, you have Patricia Weddick, who was Billy Crystal's wife in the City Slickers films. You have Dean Stockwell, may rest in peace, Dean Stockwell, who just passed away not that long ago, from Quantum Leap. You have David Morse as the pilot. David Morse, great character actor, whether it be The Rock, The Good Son. He was the neighbor, the killer, the neighbor in Disturbia. Great actor, David Morse. You have Mark Lindsay Chapman, who is this guy here, right there. Mark Lindsay Chapman was one of the guys in American Gothic. If anyone remembers that slasher film from back in the late 80s with Yvonne DiCarlo and Rod Steiger, in American Gothic. He was one of the teenagers in that. He's in here. Yeah, Frankie Faison, who was Barney from The Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal. You have Christopher Collette, who was in Sleepaway Camp, the first one. And you also have Bronson Pinchot, who was Balky in Perfect Strangers, as Craig Toomey. So basically, they're all these passengers, and you also have Kate Maberly, and you have Kimber Riddle, and Kate Maberly is the other two. I'll get to those characters. Basically, they're running low on fuel, and then they stop at this airport. It's an abandoned airport, and there's nobody there, nothing. So for more than half the film, it's kind of like them trying to figure out what's going on, and you find out later what's coming for them. The Langoliers, which are the very shitty-looking flying meatballs with sharp teeth. Some of the worst special effects you'll ever see in a movie. Now, first off, and I do enjoy this film except for the effects. But first off, the cast does a great job. The cast really helps this film. Yeah, Patricia Weddick's character, who's a school teacher. You have Dean Stockwell. You have David Morse as the pilot. You have Mark Lindsay Chapman, who's a British guy. You have Frankie Faison. I'm trying to remember, I don't remember what their characters are, what they did for a living. You have Kimber Riddle as a girl who's going into rehab and things like that for drug rehab. She ends up kind of falling in love with Christopher Collette, who plays Albert, who's a violin student. You have Kate Maberly as Dinah, who's a blind girl. Bronson Pinchot, without a doubt my favorite character in the whole film, Bronson Pinchot as Craig Toomey, who's a businessman who's slowly going crazy because his father, when he was a kid, his father would always verbally abuse him for not doing well in school, and You know, if he gets an A minus and it's bad stuff, and the Langoliers will come and get him, these monsters. So it was kind of like a fear that he had as a kid. And so many great lines that Bronson Pinchot has, you know, scaring the little girl. If people know Bronson Pinchot as Craig Toomey, they know what I'm talking about. So, but I gotta talk about these effects, okay? These effects are some of the worst CGI effects that you'll ever see in the film. And if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. They are basically flying digital-looking meatballs with sharp teeth. Horrible, horrible special effects. And there's even some special effects of outside the airplane. There's some scenes that are all right outside the airplane where they actually use like footage, where they show an actual airplane. But there's some that are just like crappy-looking CGI that was made on like a 90s-looking computer, where you can really tell it's fake and everything. So the special effects are horrible in this. But if you can get past those horrible special effects, it's a pretty good Stephen King adaptation. Because it's a pretty cool concept, like, you know, these people disappearing on this airplane, and there's these passengers that are just stranded, not knowing what's going on. There's like the clock, like I said, like when they're in here, like there's like no taste, like with the food that's there in the airport, there's like no taste to it. There's no air, like there's the time is completely stopped. So it's kind of a cool concept, you know, being in this like other dimension where there's like no one, there's like nobody in existence, and they're by themselves, and it's kind of like them just kind of like wandering around this like abandoned, empty airport, trying to figure out what's going on and everything. And the finale is pretty fun, like minus like the shitty effects, but like when they try to escape on the airplane, and pretty cool look. It's pretty cool stuff, and some of the passengers do make it out alive, some don't. I won't say who, but who doesn't and who does. But if you like Stephen King adaptations, and if you like miniseries, I think this is a good one. But just be aware, though, you'll be in for a very shitty surprise when it comes to special effects. I'll say that for sure. So that's pretty much it for my review for The Langoliers. And thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.